An evening mass at a Catholic church in one of Seattle's Latino neighborhoods. We were invited in, but asked not to show faces because the fear here is real. Father Jose says as the new school year begins, some parents are too afraid to take their children to school, worried they may be arrested or deported from the U.S.
Is this going to be my last day here? I think that's the question for many of them. Is this going to be my last time that I see my kids?
He says some parents are even asking for advice on homeschooling.
They are that scared that they don't want to take their kids to school.
Maribel's two children are U.S. citizens. She has a work permit and legal status to stay in the country, yet only shared her first name, afraid she could still be a target for immigration and customs enforcement agents.
Because we are Latino, we are at risk, even if we have residency or whatever papers we have. I think that right now there's persecution of us Hispanics.
Maribel's 19-year-old daughter says classmates stopped showing up at school after immigration raids earlier this year. And now she worries about her parents too.
Even if they have their papers and everything, I'm just scared that one day I'm going to come home and they're not going to be here or not going to be, just with me. Every single day I think about it and I get really upset.
For this 29-year-old mother of 4 children born in Vancouver, Washington, her worst fears have already come true. Her husband, Adolfo Barajas Cano, was arrested by ICE agents after dropping off their 2 oldest sons at school. Like him, she was brought to the U.S. from Mexico as a child. She's shielded from deportation under the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, or DACA, which allows her to live and work legally, though temporary, in the U.S. She asked not to be identified or recorded. She says her husband has no criminal record and believes he was targeted through facial profiling. "I'm really terrified now too," she told us. "I look like him, so what makes me think they wouldn't do that to me? I don't want my children to lose both of their parents." Her husband remains detained at the Northwest Detention Center in Tacoma, where activists gather each week in solidarity with those inside.
My country's in distress. This is distress, and this is the symbol of distress, the upside-down flag.
While ICE raids have targeted work sites, parking lots, and even courthouses, there have been only a few confirmed arrests inside or near schools. But rumors spread fast, and advocates say fear itself is keeping some parents and children at home. And here's why. Earlier this year, the Trump administration rolled back a long-standing policy that kept immigration authorities away from schools, churches, and hospitals. Yet the White House recently stressed schools are not targets in its immigration crackdown.
This administration wants to ensure that all school children across the country in every city from Los Angeles to D.C. can go to school safely.
The Supreme Court ruled in 1982 that every child in the U.S. has the right to a free public education, regardless of immigration status. And many states, including Washington, direct schools to block immigration enforcement unless there is a signed judicial warrant or other legal order. But rights advocates say this moment is different.
We hope that everyone feels safe going to school, but we also understand that there is fear and that this federal administration is doing everything possible to separate families.
That uncertainty is taking a psychological toll.
There's a sense of safety that is gone for a lot of undocumented folks.
Therapist Phoebe Bracco works with immigrant families and says the anxiety often shows up in children.
Where children might go to school, might not be able to focus. They might, have like bodily symptoms, like palms sweating. If maybe they hear some sort of like sounds or noise, they might be having nightmares.
Father Jose says it's the kind of trauma he hopes his community can be spared.
This is a national loss, and we have to respect the law. I do believe that it should be a way to implement that law in the most humanitarian way.
A future many here are praying for. Roza Kazan, CGTN, Seattle.